I didn't know I could do this. Now I'm continuing what I'm doing, y'all. Is I'm continuing Shepherd Road. Now we on the east side. We on the east side. Yeah, I didn't know I could do this. Oh, now I can go live. I can go live through the mobile app. I thought I had to have 1,000 subscribers. I thought we had to have 1,000 subscribers. Man, please. Y'all shouldn't have let me go live. I'm acting a damn fool. See, now, if this gonna let me go live, man, now I can really act a fool. I can really do my thing. Because, see, I'm gonna be able to go to different places. Okay, so now we're on Burns. I'm continuing the video, y'all, that I was saving. So let me see where we're going now. I'm probably gonna bust a left. Let's see how this live works. Oh, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this. Welcome to the live chat. White Bear. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I know I'm on the right track. I'm on the right track. I might take White Bear all the way. I might do that. So, one thing about St. Paul, with being a Minneapolis native, St. Paul, for me, I'm gonna be honest. St. Paul for me was, to keep it real, St. Paul has always been a staple into me, kind of building my career. Off to the left, we got MGM Wine and Spirits. Farther off to the left, we got the Super Target. So we just gonna run through the east side real quick, go down White Bear. Let me see if I can just go into here. Is he gonna? Cause I don't want to wait. I think they're gonna let me. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to wait. Now, off to your right is 94. Take 94. Everybody knows about 94. You take 94, brings you all the way to Chicago. You take a left over here, you end up in Sunray. Not too long ago, I heard that there was a shooting in Sunray. You have a lot of lames to be sitting around a lot of times. Old Hudson Road, I'll tell you a story about that real quick. Old Hudson Road. We can get on Old Hudson Road. Many a time I've been in the subway. I used to know this guy. I used to sell cars for him a lot. Street dude. I had a lot of association with street people on my coming up. I always did the IT, but I did. I had a lot of people used to shop with me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm doing my computer thing. DVDs, mixtapes. Doing all of that. And then, here and there, dibble dabble. Little dibble dabble from time to time. So, you're going to meet all kind of different people. You know what I'm saying? And I remember one time he was telling somebody one day, he said, yeah, this kid, he was older than me. He's like, yeah, this kid here, he don't know too much about the street, but he knows all them computers and all that. And some people might have been like, well, that was an offensive insult. No, because that's what I want people to think. If something goes left, hey, did the computer guy do it? No, I don't think that nigga would have did nothing like that. No, I don't think he would have did nothing like that. That wasn't him. Yeah, you're right. That wasn't me. Show you right. That show wasn't me. I did not do it. This is Minnehaha. There's stories in itself in Minnehaha. I could take y'all down the road, but we won't do it today. We'll just go down White Bear. Remember, this is going to be part 2, so y'all can probably watch this again if everything's good. As long as the internet's working, somebody done threw a damn diaper out. Okay, all right. The world of wireless. These jailbreak phones or something like that. Okay, I can take y'all in. Now, this used to be the liquor store. That's an opportunity, brothers and sisters. That is an opportunity. That one's open. Now, going down this block, and I'm going to pull back around because I might end up going on McKnight. But years ago, before I moved to St. Paul, and you know, when I like owned my shop, this block right here, okay, he got to stop. These apartments, I remember one night I was here. I was over here. And I'll tell you a little story. Looks a little cleaner than what it used to be. Mainly black folks over here. Little young brother taking out the trash, doing his thing. That building right there or another building. I remember when, you know, I stayed. The story behind that one time was, it was some chick I was talking to from Missouri. And she was really, really, really super, super duper country. Now, I guess I'll go. She came down here thinking that she was gonna get some help by one of her, you know, homegirls or like family. So it was like a situation with her family. And this is Stillwater right here. So I'll bust a left to get back on the White Bear just for the sake of White Bear. So she was visiting, or not visiting, she got an apartment right down here, and she was staying over there, and something, I don't know, something happened with her family where they just wasn't on. I don't know what all happened with her, but she had to leave. She had to leave and go back to Missouri or whatever like that. And, you know, ain't nothing happened, you know what I'm saying? And, I just remember I was sitting there playing the game with her son and all that, and her son was like, "Are you spending the night?" I'm like, no. And see, I ended up chilling. You know, but you know, ain't nothing really go down. We probably would have continued to start talking if she wouldn't have moved, because she had a real good attitude. That's just my little story there. But that shit was, man, 09, 08, or yeah, I don't know when that was. That was, I think that's when I had all them Oldsmobiles, or might have been before that. That might have been when I had my Buicks or something like that. I don't know. But I'm just thinking about little landmarks and stuff like that. You know, I'm just thinking about landmarks. Now, the East Side still has a considerable amount of black folks. You have a large Hmong population. You still got some of the white folks there that don't want to leave. We still live? I think we're still live. And White Bear Lake goes literally almost all the way down to White Bear Lake. You know, White Bear Lake goes far down to the lake. I could have took 61. 61 is AKA Arcade, but there was no point. Now we coming up on Maryland. We used to go to Pappy's from time to time. I don't really mess with Pappy's no more. If you take a right on the Maryland, you'll end up on McKnight right here. If you take a left on the Maryland, you start going towards that Cub Food that has all the good black food. You go a white couple walking down the block, you still got white folks around here, little young white people. It's a mixture on the East Side. But one would argue that this, my St. Paul people could get in the chat, you check me for this, but one would argue the real East Side is paying and failing. Right? One would argue that. I'm not too versed in the St. Paul politics in terms of demographic politics. Like some people say, well, I'm from the East Side, and then it'd be Maryland 25 blocks east somewhere else, and it's nowhere near East Side at all. It's just, so no, I could be more of an expert on Minneapolis as a whole, but in terms of demographics, and it's supposed to be a taco place, right? It's a lounge. I don't know about that place. So this Arlington Avenue. He had a Pink Floyd show, or Pink Floyd shirt. That was a great group, great rock group. I never ate at this Taco Bell. Never had an interest. Off to the left here, on Arlington and White Bear, you have a place called the House of Clocks. Probably some old guy that just fixes clocks. getting this Benjamin Banneker on. That's another person we really need to cover. But I think I'm going to hire somebody to do that video. And I'll just do the voiceover. Benjamin Banneker, Black American freedman. He did so much for this damn country, man. All right, so over here, you have primarily a lot of Asian shops and Spanish shops. Damn, somebody that broke in their stuff. They have some real good fresh food over here with the Hispanic population. I have not ate their food over here. I think I'm going to brave and try it one of these days because, you know, I ain't never got sick off no Mexican food. To be quite honest, not really. Only off Chipotle and that fake stuff. You got Boost Mobile. You got Jackson Hewitt. I'll tell you a little mini story right there. I think that was over here. I went with my wife, which was my now girlfriend, or my girlfriend, which is my now wife at the time, and I was doing my taxes. And this is where I knew the thirst and how the tax scams was going. When I did my taxes, this girl, eyes shot out her head. And this wasn't even where I was at my peak. I was just doing all right. Now this Best Steakhouse, they treat you real well. It's not black owned, but they treat you very well. Excellent food. Power back on, we're open. Their power must have went off or something from that storm, okay. I ain't been there in a while, man. I gotta stop in there. It's right off Larpenteur. There's a theater. They need to reopen that back up. I love that theater. The popcorn ain't never stale like all the other ones like Marcus. But the girl is looking at my taxes, and I don't even think I made $40,000. I don't know how much it was. And around this time, this was like 2010, 2011. I don't know. I was doing my taxes, and she's sitting there, and that girl like, man. She like, man, if you claim somebody's kids, you would nail it. And I'm like, damn, she real. I mean, she wasn't being rude or anything, but I can just kind of tell if I would have did my taxes with her and she wouldn't have been there, or I would have been a single dude. She was on me. And I thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, this ain't really no money like that. You know what I'm saying? But to her, she was just looking. And that's how, you know, when we left the tax place, my wife was like, hey, she said, that girl was she looked like she wanted to kidnap you. I said, over some little 40,000 or whatever. She said, you don't understand. She said, the average black man ain't making a lot back then. This was around back then. Now, right now, as we know, Minnesota leads the charge in some of the increase of black marriages. Now, I don't know if that's skewed because you got other people that are from, you know, foreigners. But it's probably true. It's probably black Americans that are, you know, getting married. And that's good. That's very good. But, one thing I'll say is, yeah, I guess because that's what folks was really doing. See, I didn't get into the, change your, you know, have people file and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I was offered stuff like that, but that wasn't my thing. You know, I've never really been into that where, I'm gonna file your kids and then, you know, I'm gonna cut you some money and I get this back and all that. I wasn't into that. I could have done it. I could have easily got away with it because that's been a culture with some folk. That's what they do. But that wasn't my thing. I didn't believe in doing that. I'm like, okay, these ain't my kids, so, you know, I'm not too interested. Now I don't really gotta go. We passed the east side now, so now we in the Maplewood. So I'll go ahead and I'll wrap it up. 36 East, 36 West is right there, so I'm gonna wrap it up for you guys.